Hello, good day, and welcome to another tutorial by Akeem, aka the Wiz, aka the best, aka the future of technology. Okay, so today we're gonna be linking Microsoft SQL Server, or for the veteran pros like me, SQL Server has its own little bacchanal in between. People call it SQL and spell SQL Server. Anyway, to Microsoft Access. So this is gonna be quick because I don't want to lose you. I want to keep on track, and let's go. So we go to Microsoft. I'm using Server 2008, Microsoft SQL Server 2008, and Microsoft Access 2010. So you go to your SQL Server. Now you have to make sure before all of this you have SQL Server Management Studios. Now depending on the installation, you may or may not have this. You need to get this. Find out about it and get it. Okay. Mm, so SQL Server Manager, that's a functionality. So when you install it, make sure you install that functionality. Maybe I'll do a video about installing so you'll understand. My server name is number one, and my database here, we're going to be using the database engine. Just like I was telling you earlier, the different functionalities. According to your installation, you will have different, or you might have less, might even have more. I'm going to use the Windows authentication, which suggests that I'm the administrator or have administrative privileges over this machine. Instead of using the SQL Server way, which will mean that I'm remoting in, most likely. Okay, connect. Mm -mm -mm. Okay, so we go into databases, and as you can see, I created some databases already off of my prolificness. New database. I'm gonna give this a name like um hmm hmm um I'm going okay, tutorial. Tutorial. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna look for tutorial. We're gonna open it up. Looking for the tables. We're gonna create a new table. Okay, so in SQL Server, columns or rows, even though it's named column here, it's actually called fields and records. So let me populate these two fields. This field here, this will be name probably, and the data type. Now you'll have to reserve this on your own because each one has its own individual characteristics. I'm going to leave this as nchar, and then for this one I'm going to put age, put this numeric. You know, common sense will suggest that means something to do with a number. Okay, and I'm gonna pick sex. So I'm gonna put text. I'm gonna look for text. Okay, I'm gonna put this here as this primary key. You do the research there if you don't know much about it. And one important last thing, you go for the newly created. Oh no, I didn't save it. That's why it isn't coming up. Gotta save the table. Okay, so this table will be named table. Mm-hmm. Table. Gonna table Akeem. Gonna click OK. I see it came up. Database table. Now I'm gonna go to edit top 200 rows. When purpose of selecting this is that you can expand from the imported SQL table when it's in Access. So now you can see the different fields I have here. So name, his name is Akeem. His age is 28. Sex, male. So his name is John. He's 34 and he's a female. How funny is that? Now you can check Microsoft Access. Now the funny thing about Access when you're doing this, you gotta make sure you're in administrator mode. So let me show you a quick little way that you can do that. Press Shift and you right click. Now you're gonna get an option to run as administrator. You can get that normally if you just right clicked it. Now you're gonna press OK. Okay, so when it coming up, now you go to blank database, create. So the name of this database, I think is 8 or something like that. We saw it there earlier. You go to external data, ODBC database, link to data source created in the link table. Gonna click OK. Machine data source. You're gonna click new. Now these two options here. Now the user data is when you don't have administrative privileges, and the system data is like when I showed you before with the Microsoft Access, right clicking and holding down shift. So I'm going to click system data source, next. I'm going to go down to SQL Server, next, finish. And for the name, I'm going to give it a name like Johnny B. I'm going to look for my server. So remember my server is number 1. I'm going to click next. Now these two things here, these two services or options, I'm gonna explain it to you in the simplest way. I'm sure no one else on YouTube have explained this to you, but I will. The Windows NT authentication basically is that you are the administrator of the machine, you are directly connected to it. And the SQL authentication is like if you're remoting in. So, but I'm directly connected to the server. So, I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna click next. I'm gonna change the default database from master to tutorial. Remember we created tutorial earlier. Now I'm gonna click next. It's already in English here. This is the directory of where everything will be stored. I'm gonna click next. I'm gonna test data source. Test completely successfully. I'm gonna click OK. Look out for the information here. Servers number 1, tutorial, default language, all that. And click OK. See the Johnny B there? Click OK. Now let's look for the table we made. Table Akeem. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. Look at right here. And we're in the game. Akeem 28 male. And remember the edit 200 rows? We can add some more. So Akeem Jack. So Jack is 22 and female. And we can keep enter and keep going down, you know, keep making more. So this was pretty simple. If you didn't understand, just rewind and go through it. I know I went pretty fast on this one, but it wasn't really much into it. So I'd like to thank you for viewing, and I hope this was informative.